Hello, my name's Johnny Ringer. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and maybe share this video with other people as well. We're going to talk about surfing in the 60s. This was before Jerry Lopez. Butch Van Aertstaenen was known as the king of pipeline. Jerry came later on. And we had all fantastic surfers back then, though. One of the big guys here on the west coast of California was David Nuuhiwa. Hawaiian, I guess, was he. I think he was switch stance, maybe. With cat-like precision, he could hang 5 and hang 10. And just like he was weightless. He was really quite something. Now, David Nuuhiwa and his little sidekick, Donald Takayama, had a similar style. Very stylish with the arms. Before that, people just let their arms flail. People started using their arms like balance beams. And I saw a lot of number of surfers that came down to Salt Creek as it was starting to get popular after we had discovered it. We discovered it in about 69, and man, people were all over that place. 69 was a big El Nino year, washed out the bridge down there at San Juan Creek in Capo Beach there. That bridge is a new bridge. The original one was completely washed out. But it did make a big, giant sand point there at Doheny at Rivermouth. It was just like our own little sand spit ring-on. You'd have to get in and walk to get back out there again after I ride your next wave. And that thing lasted that thing must have lasted 2 years before the sand started washing away. It was very popular. That's where I first saw Midget Farley, Angie Reno. Yeah, not to be confused with Reno Abalera. Okay. And, but we did have people that we would see that would come in. Midget Farley would come down. Mike Purpose would come down. Of course, Corky Carroll is a great surfer. And Pat Tobin from Laguna Beach. Okay. David Tompkins, known as Brother, would come down from Laguna Beach, and they would hold their arms out just like angels gliding on the waves. It really taught us a lot about how to hold our arms and what kind of leg stance and postures that we needed. We needed to have a nice low center of balance, and that's why you would bow your legs out, and then your arms would be your balance beams for your hands. And your front hand would basically point the way where you're going, and where you want to go up off the lip, you want to do a cut back, and it was all led by the front hand, where that would point, that you would go. And, the new kids do it completely different than we used to do it. But we had little kids that would get really good. Jackie Dunn got really good. Jackie Dunn was featured in a double page fold out, him on a little red board at Pipeline, laying into this mean bottom turn. The people didn't know, though, one of those lips at Pipeline hit him right on smack dab in the middle of the head. Forced him into the splits. Okay? Just ripped his spine, all kinds of new ones. And they gave him pinched nerves. Man, we were at a party with him. We were at a party with Jack, and he was all smiling, We were drinking some beers, and all of a sudden, man, he just went goofy looking and got locked up, and he was just locked. And he had severe nerve damage, man, from that wipeout at Pipeline. He was a frail little kid, man. He looked like he had little Minahuni feet, man. Very precision surfer, that Jackie Dunn. T.J. Dahl. Mike Weed, we knew him as Squeaky. Those guys were real little guys. But you could fit in little tiny tubes like at Gravel's. Gravel Point, that down at Salt Creek, was a little gravel point that would come in every year. And it would kind of separate Salt Creek Arena from Monarch Beach. Monarch Bay, we call it. Monarch Beach, over where the beach club was down there past the creek. There was a little creek that came out. That was the Salt Creek. They didn't have, this was way before AMCO, put it that way. They didn't have the hotel, the Ritz wasn't there, none of that stuff was there. It was we call that the mush pots. We'd go up there and play, and you find that it was like quicksand stuff. We'd go up there and play in these springs, in days when the waves were flat. And my friend Troy West. Well, anyways, let's go back to Mike Weed. His family was the Weed family. There was Marcia Weed and Paul Weed. That was his parents. Then they had the 2 kids, Wendy and Mike Weed. Guys were like Peter Pans, and they were the adults were hippies. They had the green and white Volkswagen bus, man. Everyone would pile in that thing to go to concerts and get high. And the two family dogs were these big woolly German shepherds, Baba and Nirvana. And it was quite a family. They lived on Violet Lantern. And I knew them for many years. Mike eventually became the first world champion skateboarder. And we called him Squeaky because he never got over 5'2" tall. I think he's passed away now, bless his soul. I think he passed away on Maui in Lahaina a few years back. So it just seems like, so we had, and Billy Hamilton was from Laguna, you know, and Mike Armstrong was from Laguna, all my friends, you know, Doug Brown, the Roach, he was just an incredible surfer and skateboarder. Yeah, when we figured out that they were using, one of us went to the skating rink in Santa Ana and saw the Metaflex wheels, the nylon wheels, and got the idea to put them on our skateboard. Man, we put them on our skateboard and got rid of the old clay wheels that we were using and put the nylon wheels, and we started doing these runs. Laguna Beach has all these gnarly hills, from the top of the hills all the way down to the Coast Highway. And just about any of them are just gnarly runs. There's Mystic Way, Park Avenue, all these different runs. Nice place. We just power all those roads. And some of us had terrible accidents. And a Roach answered the door one day, and he was black and blue. We went into the curb. But they would go about 35 miles an hour down these twisty, windy roads through the residential areas of Laguna Beach. And, I couldn't go flat out like that, you know. I'm more of the guy, you know, if you can't jump off your skateboard and run at that speed, I don't go any faster than that. So that covers a lot of the guys, you know. It was me, Jerry Moore, Mike Weed, my little brother Joey, Miguel Munoz, you know, Squeaky, I guess we called him, and there was Miguel Munoz, John Hone, the kid who died from Dana Point, and so we once we discovered Creek, we just became, there was only like 50 of us original Creek surfers. Anyways, we're going to continue on. I'm getting a little tired today, and it's hard to remember all those things. 60 years of surf memories. We'll talk a little more about the surfing of the day. The time we first saw Jerry Lopez came to the mainland for the U.S. Open. That was crazy. We only had single fin surfboards up to this point, mind you. We didn't even know about thrusters. But I'll tell the story. I got to ride one of the first thrusters, okay? Just by happenstance. So we'll continue on in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button for me. Thank you.